No, but I have to say that there were moments when I didn't really want to go on about it any longer. There still has been a conversation.
Yeah.
You know, I've spent many days over the last decade talking to my brothers.
For over 5 decades, their love has withstood the brightest spotlights and the darkest shadows. As 1/3 of the legendary Bee Gees, Barry Gibb conquered the music world with his brothers, creating timeless classics that still resonate today. But behind every great man stands an extraordinary woman. And for Barry, that woman has always been Linda Gray. Now, as the last remaining Bee Gee reflects on his extraordinary journey, he credits one person for keeping him grounded through it all: his beloved wife, Linda. Their story isn't just about surviving fame. It's about finding true connection in a world designed to pull people apart. From their first meeting in 1967 to their 54-year marriage that continues to thrive, Barry and Linda's relationship has been the foundation upon which everything else was built. Through triumphs and tragedies, they've remained inseparable, proving that even in the fickle world of entertainment, love can indeed last forever. It all began on the set of Top of the Pops in September 1967. The Bee Gees were riding high with their first #1 hit, Massachusetts, and Linda Gray, having recently been crowned Miss Edinburgh, was hosting the show. As fate would have it, their eyes met across the crowded studio, and something magical happened. "We just saw each other across the room and something happened," Barry has recalled of that fateful day. For Linda, the memory is equally vivid. She later remembered how her friends noticed Barry noticing her. "The girls I was with said, 'Oh my God, that guy is so handsome. He's looking at you. Oh, he's coming over.'" What followed was the classic stuff of romance. He asked her for a cup of tea, and the rest, as they say, is history. Barry has admitted it was love at first sight. "In my head I thought, that's the woman I'm going to spend my life with." At the time, Barry was technically still married to his first wife, Maureen Bates, whom he had wed in 1966 when he was just 19 years old. That marriage quickly dissolved, and on September 1st, 1970, Barry's 24th birthday, he and Linda exchanged vows at London's Caxton Hall. It was the beginning of one of music's most enduring love stories. Their family grew quickly. Stephen, their first son, was born in 1973, followed by Ashley in 1977, Travis in 1981, Michael in 1984, and their only daughter, Alexandra, in 1991. Through it all, Linda was the steady hand guiding their growing family, while Barry's career with the Bee Gees soared to unprecedented heights. The 1970s saw the Bee Gees become one of the biggest musical acts on the planet. With the Saturday Night Fever soundtrack, they defined the disco era and cemented their place in music history. Fame, fortune, adulation, the Gibb brothers had it all. But with success came temptation. And this is where Linda proved to be Barry's salvation. Unlike his brothers, Barry avoided the pitfalls that often accompany stardom. While Morris battled alcoholism and his youngest brother Andy, not a Bee Gee but a successful solo artist, died at just 30 from heart failure after years of drug abuse, Barry remained steady. He attributes this directly to Linda's influence. "My brothers had to deal with their demons, but I was married to a lady who wasn't going to have it," Barry once confided. "She never allowed me to go in that direction. I had to deal with my brothers being pretty much out there, but I was lucky." That steadying influence would prove crucial as tragedy struck the Gibb family repeatedly over the years. First came the devastating loss of youngest brother Andy in 1988. Then Maurice in 2003 from complications of a twisted intestine, and finally Robin in 2012 after a battle with cancer. Each loss cut deeply, leaving Barry as the sole surviving Gibb brother, the last man standing, as he poignantly describes himself. During these darkest hours, it was Linda who pulled Barry back from the brink of despair. After Robin's death, Barry was moping around, meandering, feeling like his life was defined by the past. "I was ready to quit. I was done. There was no point in going on any further," he admitted. But Linda wouldn't let him surrender to grief. "She came into the room one night," Barry recalled, "and she said, 'You've got to get off your ass. You still have your own life. You've got to live.'" Her tough love worked. Barry returned to performing, often collaborating with his sons Stephen and Ashley, finding new purpose in music once again. Throughout their marriage, Linda has been what Barry calls a tower of strength for their entire family. Linda, along with me, has seen everything you can see if you're a pop group on the rise, he once said. She never missed anything. Their partnership thrived because they complement each other perfectly. While Barry created music that touched millions, Linda created a home that anchored him. She's just so full of love and full of fun, and she has a great sense of humor, Barry has said. We tend to laugh a lot at everything around us more than we could find anything to be unhappy about. That sense of humor and perspective has carried them through 5 decades together, an almost unheard-of achievement in entertainment circles. They've watched their family expand to include 7 grandchildren, dividing their time between homes in Miami and England. Their love story hasn't been without challenges. In the 1980s, the Bee Gees faced legal battles with their record company that prevented them from releasing albums for 8 years. However, Barry later revealed this period had a silver lining. They were the happiest years of our lives because we were raising our kids. We were writing and producing songs for other people, which didn't take up 100% of our time. Through the ups and downs, Barry and Linda have remained each other's constant. Even as Barry approached his later years and received recognition, including a knighthood in 2018 and the Kennedy Center Honors in 2023. Linda was right there beside him, still the beautiful former Miss Edinburgh, who stole his heart over half a century ago. Their children have witnessed this extraordinary bond firsthand. Their son Ashley perhaps put it best when he observed, "Still, they love each other today, just like they did then." It's a testament to a connection that transcends the shallow world of celebrity relationships. Barry Gibb's musical legacy is secure. With the Bee Gees selling more than 220 million records worldwide, their place in music history is assured. But his greatest achievement may be this remarkable partnership with Linda. When asked about the secret to their long-lasting marriage, Barry simply says that Linda is a very, very special person. As Barry continues his musical journey, now as a solo artist often collaborating with his sons, Linda remains his biggest supporter and most trusted advisor. She's been known to give me a tap on the head or a kick up the ass, as Barry puts it, whatever he needs to keep moving forward. What makes their story particularly remarkable is how they've managed to keep their private life private, despite Barry's immense fame. In an era of celebrity oversharing, the Gibbs have maintained a dignified reserve, letting Barry's music speak for itself while protecting their family life from unnecessary scrutiny. Perhaps that's why false stories occasionally circulate about the couple. In truth, there have been no credible reports of any serious health challenges for Linda. When the couple appeared at the Kennedy Center Honors in December 2023, Linda looked radiant as ever, alongside her husband, as he received one of America's highest cultural honors. As Barry approaches his 80s, his appreciation for Linda only seems to grow. He's watched too many of his peers lose their way, seen his own brothers succumb to various pressures. That he survived and thrived is something he attributes largely to the woman who stood beside him since 1970. Their story reminds us that behind many great artists stands someone who keeps them grounded, someone who sees the human being behind the talent and the fame. For Barry Gibb, that person has always been Linda Gray. "I can't imagine what it is like to be a successful pop star without a family to support you," Barry once said, revealing the simple truth at the heart of his extraordinary life. While millions worldwide know him for his falsetto voice and countless hits, at home he's simply a husband, father, and grandfather, roles he values above all others. As they continue their journey together, Barry and Linda Gibb stand as proof that lasting love isn't just the stuff of love songs. It can be a beautiful reality, even in the most unlikely of settings. In a world of fleeting celebrity relationships, their enduring bond shines like a beacon, a half-century testament to finding the right partner and holding on tight through life's inevitable storms. In Barry's own words, "When we first saw each other, I thought it was love at first sight. That is the woman I am going to spend the rest of my life with." Over 50 years later, that prophecy has been fulfilled beyond measure. For the last Bee Gee standing, Linda hasn't just been a wife, she's been his salvation, his compass, and his home. Together, They've created a love story worthy of the most beautiful Bee Gees ballad, one that continues to play on, note by perfect note, into their golden years.